Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we have a couple of problems right now. Specifically, one of our biggest problems is actually our wife, who is, awkwardly enough, also our cousin, and we need to deal with this situation. She has a claim on the Kingdom of Scotland, I suppose, but that's not, I think, all that relevant. I want to just straight up imprison her and get rid of her. Yeah, the Iberian struggle is a thing. That's definitely true. Okay, so we're going to immediately look to execute her. Familial kinslayer, because she's family. Okay. Well, it's mildly awkward, but it's not as awkward as it would be if we didn't do it. Unfortunately, we just gotta do it. We need a new spouse, hopefully one that's not related to us, and hopefully one with good stewardship. Actually, this is an excellent candidate here. I like it. We need to get our bloodline better. Chance of children is currently low, probably just due to the fertility difference, right? Due to the inbred trait here. So that's a problem. No doubt about that, but we can definitely work on getting that cleaned out of our line. So that's absolutely something that we need to do. And then she is on managed domain. Okay, perfect. That puts us at 6 of 8, which means that we can revoke a couple of these titles. Now, these are already upgraded to level 2 castles, right? Not this one. We should actually work on upgrading that. We're going to need to revoke this man's title. So I want to demand his conversion, and hopefully he actually declines. We're not going to bargain for his soul. That means that he's now a known criminal, which means that we can revoke his title basically for free. 20% chance here, or an 18. I guess we'll roll the 20%, but we're going to assume that he is definitely going to start up this war. So we're going to drop our rally point about here. We'll raise all of our troops. Magnificent. And he does indeed declare the war. Okay, we're going to head out over this way and try to catch his force. He's walking back into his territory. Okay, this makes more sense. So I'm going to stop here. What do we need here? 1584? That's a pretty hefty garrison size. I was going to say we should split up and start up a siege, but honestly, I think we need to just fight him. He's going to be in a decent spot here, so it'll be slightly painful. We'll get this guy in as steward, and we'll get this guy in as spymaster. That means we need a new chancellor, and we'll put this guy in. Phenomenal. Okay. I don't expect that this will stack wipe. This is something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Okay, we should come on down over here. What do we have going on here? This is just a Liberty faction. Okay. 23 months on that. We're going to be revoking some titles over here eventually. So it should, in theory, be fine. I think. I want to get this siege underway. He is retreating, apparently, all the way up to France. Or I guess to here. Okay. He can start up a siege here. That's fine. We have a huge advantage on him here. We've already got a large breach. So we should cruise through this pretty quickly. 10 months and 6 months. Okay, that's awkward, but this doesn't actually matter. This will end the war. So that's completely fine. No actual issues here. Magnificent. We could ransom this mayor for 30 gold, and we're definitely going to do that. So that's all great. Keep in mind that this previous wife that we executed, we didn't determine that he would marry her. He did that on his own before he inherited the Kingdom of Navarra title. So that's definitely something that needed to happen. And another thing that needs to happen is we need to get this castle upgrading. We need 51 gold for that. That's not too much, all things considered. So we're going to get this siege done. We'll loot some amount out of that. Okay, there we go. 41 gold out of that. Perfect. So we'll enforce those demands, we'll disband our troops, and we're now going to revoke this man's title, which we can do literally for free at this point. And we also got this bishopric. Now, we can't actually hold this. It's a wrong type of holding, so we might as well grant it out. We're only at 7 of 8, but we can definitely fix that. Okay, so I want to get this castle upgrading as soon as possible. We're missing 8 gold for that. We're also going to need to be working on increasing control down over here. We have a number of counties that we're working on increasing control of. So that's something that we'll have to continue to work on. I want to check in here. Are we working on conversions? We should continue to work on this, of course. Okay. So that's all looking absolutely fine. There's another castle holding that we can build here, but for now, this will have to do. So we'll just leave these buildings be for the moment. We're definitely going to change those over. But I want to get this castle upgrading. Oh, it's Castilian. Never mind. We can't do that either way. Right. Okay, so we're going to have to look to revoke this guy's title. So we're going to demand his conversion as well. And we're hoping he declines, and indeed he does. So that gives us a reason to either revoke the title, 0% chance, or imprison him, 3% chance. We'll roll the 3%. It's very unlikely. We're probably just going to have to crush him. And indeed. There we go. Got him selected in the end. So in we head. We might end up stack wiping this. We have a 4% chance of convincing the Pope, huh? Actually, we're just going to get the 30 opinion, thank you. Speaking of the Pope, 51 reasons not to. I mean, yeah, that Kinslayer is going to be painful. But it had to happen. It absolutely had to happen. We have to get our bloodline under control. So that's fine. We do need a Chancellor here. That is going to be this guy. Phenomenal. We win that battle, and then we've got ourselves 8 months on this siege. Okay, looks good. So what do we want to spend our money on right now? Well, Hunter's Lodges here are, I think, about the best we can do for the moment. So upgrades over here is not a terrible idea. Simple earthworks are spearmen, skirmishers, and garrison. We might want to change this. Cattle pastures would not help our cavalry. Eventually, we want this to be cavalry. So this is ultimately going to be hillside grazing lands. We'll put that in for now. Cool. Over here, we have archers garrisoned. So we know that Hunter's Lodges... I feel like Hunter's Lodges should boost archers. They don't, but I feel like they should. Militia camps do boost archers, and bloomeries boost archers. And then we've got wooden barracks here. They don't boost archers, but they do give us levies. So I think we're just going to upgrade our hunting grounds for right now here. Up in Toledo, we of course have heavy infantry garrisoned here. And bumping up our heavy infantry damage with a barracks upgrade sounds absolutely phenomenal. So we'll do that for now. We have nothing garrisoned over this way. And what might we want to move? Well, we know that we have these 3 garrisoned over here, right? So that's our heavy infantry, one of our pikemen, I believe, and our bowmen. No, it's a light horseman. Our 2 pikemen and our mangonels are up here. Okay, so I'm going to move the pikemen right now, most likely. Well, we can't do that while they're raised, apparently. Okay, that's good to know. We're probably going to look to have pikemen here. Bastions and curtain walls is something we'll want to have down here later on, but we don't have heavy cavalry at this moment. So for now, that's not really a thing. Okay, so we're going to be looking to drop our Hunter's Lodges here in favor of barracks for spearmen. Eventually. We'll have to wait for this siege to end. And that's, of course, completely fine. We have no problem with this. There we go. Siege is over, and we'll enforce our demands. So we'll disband our troops here. And now this guy's imprisoned, so we'll revoke his title. Absolutely for free. Magnificent. That puts us, of course, at 9 of 8 because we can't hold this bishopric. So we'll grant that over to our vassal there. And we are currently endorsed by our realm priest, not maximally, but we are endorsed. Okay, so we can get a new stewardship perk. I would be absolutely delighted to take It Is My Domain here. And we're going to extort our subjects right now. Drinking binge. -1 to stewardship. Hopefully that doesn't drop our domain limit. I'm actually going to do that. There we go. So we're going to take a lot here. 515 gold. Our stress is up there. No doubt about that. So we should look at a way to deal with that. We'll indulge in drink here. And that'll help. But that won't fix the problem by any means. We did gain a new friend, so that's something. So Madrid up here is likely also going to be spearmen. Likely. One thing we could do is start working on getting these upgrades done. That is a theoretical option. We haven't upgraded all of these maximally, right? So that is an option, but I think we're going to want to start getting a significant amount of our economic duchy back before we do that. Here in Madrid, we currently have a small hill fort, and that does bump up our spearmen damage and toughness, so that's not a bad thing to keep around. The fell pastures, unfortunately, are going to have to go. We're going to construct spearmen here, or rather not construct spearmen. We're going to construct a building to buff our spearmen there, and we're going to station these guys in Madrid, and these are going to be stationed in Ulces. Okay, cool. So at this point, we have our bowmen who are stationed in Malagon. Right here, yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All we have then is our mangonels that are stationed up over here, and for now that's fine. Although, there might be a better location for them at this point. Yeah, Zaragoza is slightly better for them. Okay, so that'll do for now. We can work on bumping up our men-at-arms size. That might not be the worst of concepts in the world, but we do need to work on internal issues more than anything. We need castles constructed, although they're going to be handed out to barons. And these castles are probably going to be devoted to... Well, actually, where are we at in our innovations? Okay, we're going to have battlements in 8 years, and arched saddle in... Well, not all that long after that, to be honest. Royal prerogative, yeah, that seems fine for the time being. Ooh, losing stress. We're going to start a murder scheme against this countess. Can we immediately get rid of it? Why, yes, we can. Okay, so that does just drop us stress for free. That's absolutely great. Another thing we could do is we could do something like throw a feast. That is expensive, but it is a good way to lose stress. I think for the time being, we're just going to be cognizant of our stress and just be like, we got to deal with it at some point. So there are pikemen here currently, so that of course means that we want to ditch our hunters' lodges here, and we want to put in barracks. So that's absolutely something that we want over here to buff up our spearmen further. We're going to want to get eventually a unit of heavy infantry, a unit of cavalry, and then I believe I said previously 2 units of siege weapons. That's probably what we're going to end up doing, most likely. So arched saddle is probably what we're going to end up going for next. Yeah, I think that's probably what we're going to end up doing. A claim on the Duchy of Normandy? Sure. I don't really care too much about that for now. So, we're making 24.6 gold per month. We're currently sitting on a decent amount of gold, which does mean that we should start commencing upgrades like this. That will help us continue to get additional funds. We can ransom off a couple of prisoners, and this is absolutely one that we want. 100 gold? Yes, please. And another 10 gold. Wonderful. So we're going to continue to upgrade these structures, probably doing holding upgrades for the time being. Those are less likely to be done by the holders of those holdings because they're more expensive. So that's probably what we're going to end up doing. Although we may want to construct these castles now. We'll have to hand them out for the time being, but because they're baronies, that's not a big deal. We can always get them back for free, literally for free. So we could build a castle here. That's only 300 gold. I definitely think we do that right now. And then over here, this castle would be another 300. Those are actually super cheap. So that's great. Another castle could go in here, in theory. And those are certainly things that we're going to want to do. Just developing up our income somewhat, but we're also developing up not just our income, right? Yes, showing Count Tybalt. He is going to bring 75 renown. Sure, that's fine. We're just naturally negative on our piety, which is not great. We're mildly sadistic, so you know, that'll do it. This guy wants to negotiate an alliance. I don't think I care about that. We're already allied to our father, of course, so that seems completely okay. He did get a new wife, and she's currently pregnant. So that's mildly awkward for our inheritance situation, right? They are on partition for their succession. So if this is a male child, we may have to take some form of action. If it's a female child, that would be fine. We would not be concerned about that. So we'll wait and see on what's going to end up happening here. Let's see. We have archers here. I believe we've got everything that we can building-wise to boost our archers for now. So we would end up wanting to, like, upgrade our blacksmiths. But I'm more interested right now in constructing castle holdings and getting those out of the way. Making something is better than making nothing out of these holding slots. So that's definitely something that we want. Actually, we can get that going now, and we'll do that exactly at this moment. The question is, do we want to build in these 2 slots before we take this county over? That is quite a question, and the answer to that comes down to, I don't know, maybe? I don't think it really matters. Yeah, I don't think it really matters, ultimately. So I want to check in up here. Half-sister. Okay. No action needs to be taken here. No problem whatsoever. That's phenomenal. So this is all currently going to be inherited by us. We are the heir to all of Castile at this moment, since our brother here was executed on his mother's orders. It was very legal. Very, very legal. We did just get a corruption, which is non-great, but we just finished a faith conversion task, and we definitely need to keep working on these. We want to get our core counties converted over to the correct faith and culture as a very high priority. No doubt about that. We've got another castle that needs to be constructed up over here. We'll need cash for that. And how's the Pope doing? Minus 18 reasons. I mean, the Kinslayer and Sinful Traits are among those. But we're getting close. We're definitely getting close there. So that's excellent. I do want to get this castle building as soon as possible, which is going to be like 2 months out. Yeah, 2 months out. We do have a stewardship perk here, so taking Hergeld would actually be good here. That'll boost up our income mildly. It's not going to be huge. We don't need boats. This is Crusader Kings. We don't need boats. Stop trying to sell me boats. So we're not going to get any boats. We are instead, of course, going to build a castle. There we go. With that done, we know that we need 2 additional castles over here. Wooden barracks have been constructed in Madrid. That's to be expected. We're still working on our control levels, so our income is still going to continue to grow. And of course, we have a lot of income over here that's not exactly coming to us. And that is definitely something that we'd like to solve, but that's going to require quite a lot of domain limit. I'm not sure that we'll ever get to that level. Probably not. We're only on limited crown authority as well, and that's definitely something that we're going to want to change. So we're probably going to go for, well, royal prerogative is being exposed. That's 11 years out. So I think we go for arched saddle. I really do. That would be the idea. We must stop the villain behind this scheme to murder us. That would not be great. Well, no, that would not be great. We have no children. We should probably do something about that. We could try to romance our wife here. Or seduce her. Either would be okay. What are our odds like? Predicted success chance is 0. Ah, she's forgiving, and we're sadistic. Okay, so seduce is not going to end up happening. Let's see about romance. Predicted success chance is 0. Okay, so she's temperate. There's a lot of reasons she doesn't like us. She's also currently ill. Cool. So we're going to need to find a way to get some children. That's for sure. Children are going to be important here, or at least one child. We need one child, bare minimum. Hopefully that does end up happening. Okay, she's no longer sick, so that's good. 0% chance of a befriend as well. Let's try a seduction. The success chance is 0%. Honestly, I don't think it's going to hurt. We can build a castle upgrade over here, but we need a temple upgrade, actually. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. So a temple is going to cost an additional 35 gold. So we can only get one castle over here. That's fine. we know that we're going to need a lot of domain limit. Lowering the needed domain limit by 1 is actually quite convenient. What do we think that she would like? Architecture or physical pleasures of life? Well, she's diligent, forgiving, and temperate. So maybe architecture. Oh, she liked it. Fantastic. So we've got some budding interest now. We've got a 10% success chance. Well, that's something. I don't know what, but it's something. We're going to construct a temple over here for sure. Phase transitioned over into... Okay, we can sell trivial titles. I'm actually surprised that we can sell trivial titles. Why could we sell trivial titles there? We don't have at any cost. It just gave us the option, though. And it definitely worked. Very strange. So we can't construct this castle until this temple is done, which is mildly sad, but not the end of the world, for sure. We're going to upgrade our hill fort here. Wait, there's a special building that we can build in Madrid? What is that? A university in Madrid? Learning per level of fame, renown, monthly lifestyle experience, cultural fascination progress. This is a one-time expenditure. Reduce cost for holding grand tournaments. I mean, this is worth it. We should save up for that. And that's exactly what we're going to do. The sagest of the retinue can be reestablished. What did they even do? They're disciplinarian? Okay. We'll appoint you. Sure. Levy reinforcement rate. It's not ideal, but it's better than nothing. We're not going to focus too much on our men-at-arms right now. And specifically, those are not men-at-arms. Those are acclaimed knights, but we're not going to focus on that for the moment. I'm more focused on building up our duchy at this exact juncture. So that's fine. We're going to have our county control finishing up down here very, very shortly. That's good. We're definitely seeing our power level come up. And control level here is 21, 15, and yeah. We'll pay the royal court a visit, sure. We'll take a cat. A cat will actually help our stress. Okay, the relationship deepened. That's not great. That was our wife, of course. We're going to get 40 gold here. Beautiful. And we've got a cat paws. Honestly, we're going to pet our cat. And I was just thinking, if our wife gets pregnant, right? And we're not the father. Honestly, that might be okay. That would be a good way to get rid of this trait. That might be okay. What do we think she would like? Something pious? I don't necessarily think she'd like piety. Entertainment? Or learning? She's diligent. So I think learning would be better here. Awkward interactions. Minus 15% scheme success chance. She wanted the entertainment. That's sad. I wouldn't have guessed that, considering she's temperate, forgiving, and diligent. But okay. Let us move on. I don't want to spend gold. So we have 1,000 gold right now. Speaking of spending gold. Ah, we can't actually build this university, and I should have looked at this, until our level of fame is high enough, and the development is 30. We're a long ways away from that. It's 19. So we can't build that right now. We're going to have to put that money into other things. That's okay. We can definitely do that. We're going to continue to work on upgrading these holdings. I would love to upgrade this castle. We, of course, can't do that just yet, but we can think about upgrading. I'd love to get more income here. 103 gold for upgrading that temple holding. I don't want to be improvident here. Drinking binge is going to be -1 stewardship. Okay, it didn't drop us below the domain limit. Good. That's what we wanted to see. So I think we're just going to get a guild hall upgrade here for now. That's 250 gold. That's fine. In Toledo, I want to get more income. That's really what we want here. So more income is ideal. We're going to look for things like hunting grounds to upgrade. Okay, so she rejected us. I'm not shocked about that. That was pretty expected, to be honest. We can't romance her either. We could try to befriend her. Predicted success chance is low. That's for sure. Who is this guy? He wants to buy a truce with us for 380 gold. I actually accept that. I don't want to spend gold here. I don't want to come on too strong. Okay, so we have a truce with this guy. That's fine for the moment. I want to spend this money on things that will make us gold. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to upgrade our supporting structures here and get additional cash. That is very important. We can also extort our subjects, which we'll do. Now that does... show this guy in. That does bring up our stress level. Another drinking binge. Okay, we still didn't drop down, so that's good. They even live by my mercy alone. Okay, we can also grab ourselves detailed ledgers here, which will bump up our Republican tax contribution, which will be absolutely great. Let's get this city upgrading, and with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, although before I go, I'm going to work on increasing control over here, because we know that we need to do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.